Kind of ecstasy got a hold on me. Do you ever listen to, do you know that song, Kevin? Wondering Where the Lions Are. You know the tune. If you don't know the tune, it's a really fun one to play. And I think we might be on track. No, I don't. Oh, you don't know. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find a copy of it for you, because it's on one of my, I think it's on one of my all-time favorite records. And it could be that I was butchering it so badly that it's unrecognizable. There's that too. There's that potential, right? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Well, let's see if there's what's going on here. Bear with me for just one moment. I think this is it. Let me just, I'll tell you what, I'll share it with you after. That way we can keep going. Keep the show on the road. Wondering Where the Lions Are. Bruce Cockburn. It's spelled Cockburn, but it's Cockburn. So you'll enjoy it. It's a great song. He's a wonderful Canadian singer-songwriter. And I mean, my guess is you'll enjoy it, but there's a chance that you might not enjoy it. And if that happens, there's a small disclaimer that I might not totally enjoy it either. So we could be on the same page. But I'll stop flip-flopping. I thought I'd just, this is a really fun little capo, and I ordered your journal. You did! Congratulations. This is like my new favorite capo right here, and we've got a little bit of a relationship going with G7th now. I don't do that well on Instagram, but I think we're queued up to be an artist of the week or artist Friday or something like that. They promote certain, every Friday they give sort of like a highlight of their capo users, and it's kind of a cool little, it's a great capo. It's just so easy to use. I'm fascinated by the fact that it's so technically like advanced and so simple and easy to use. Like, it's a really cool product, really cool concept. But let's go ahead. I'm thinking something a little bit different today. Yesterday at yesterday's weekly debriefing, it was with Kevin. Me and Kevin were talking about, you know, what are we doing with all of these patterns? So I think we're going to, like, especially the blues and especially the pentatonic systems that we've been growing to know and love so well. I wanted to leave the last 10 or 15 minutes, if we can, dedicated to a fingerstyle approach. I'm going to warm up with my plectrum, you know, as I usually do, but I wanted to leave another, you know, 30% or something like that of the session so that I can work on fingerstyling. So if you're into fingerstyling, this is the session for you, and we'll warm up. Half-hour session. We're done at top of the hour at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. And we'll just go ahead and get started right now. We've got 80 beats per minute. I'm a little under the weather, as you can maybe tell if you've been here for a while, but 1 E and a 2, you know what to do. And we're starting with fingers 3 and 4 on frets 10 and 12 and just working our way down to position number 1. And down, up, down, up, down, up. Or you could suffer through all upstrokes or all downstrokes, but I'm going to use this opportunity to advance my alternate picking sequencing. Now, since I've made it to the first position and I'm on the return trip. I bought a return ticket, but I'm using a different seat, you know what I mean? So I'm using fingers 2 and 3 on and I'm getting that nice stretch. So I don't know if any of you are having any luck with this stretch, but this is still haunting me. It's like, I wish someone would really publicly shame me into really working out my second and third fingers a little harder, because I'm a little ashamed of like how difficult that still feels for me. You know, especially after spending an entire year last year, every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. and I'm using fingers 2 and 4 now, fret stretch apart. We spent an entire year together in 2025, didn't we? Where we had 1 hour sessions at 60 beats per minute. So that was pretty darn close to 1 million clicks we spent together. And still that second and third finger spread is like, it's just crazy for me. I don't know what it is. I know that it's darn near impossible feeling for me. So if you're having trouble with it, join the club, you know what I mean? Or if you're nailing it, if you're whipping it, whoop it good, right? If you're whipping it, let's do fingers 1 and 4 here on the ascend. Hi Jill, I saw you. 1 and 4, and we're stretching for frets 1 and 5, right? So we've got this really gnarly stretch. This gnarly stretch is going to help us when we want to do arpeggios like this. And to build the wall, you know, da-da-da-ba-da-bum. If you're a Pink Floyd fan, you could rearrange those songs using those kinds of arpeggios. I'm getting ready to do a masterclass also, you know, involving some of Mr. Julian Lege's approach to the guitar. So you'll be happy to know if you're that kind of guitar player. We're getting ready to do a private course. One of my student friends, really good friends from way back, is prompting this. So we're going to work privately on it together, and it'll have a lot to do with the approach of the approach. How do we approach the things that seem mountainous and impossible? Well, of course, you know, we do that with a smile, right? We do it with a smile. I've got to stretch because that one just kicked my butt. So let's go ahead and get a quick stretch in. I'm kind of curious to see what this, how I'm going to be featured as a featured artist on. I'm not sure which Friday it's going to be, but it's going to be with the 𝗀𝗲 company. And I haven't really heard much back. It's probably not locked in totally yet, so I probably shouldn't talk about it, I guess. But it's cool. It's fun. Just getting some stretching done. Stretching. I'm going to stretch my thumb a little bit today because I don't know those stretches like this. I'm getting some resistance in here, so I wanted to make sure that we also are giving our thumbs a good bit of attention. You know, we want to be sure that we're stretching these things too. Straight elbows are important, you know, when we stretch these things. And we're not looking to become, you know, what do you call it, double jointed, or we're not looking to provide ourselves with injury. We're just hoping to provide ourselves with a continuity of comfort and manage and mitigate, you know, workplace injury, right? That's all we're trying to do here. Yeah, let's try to do that. I don't need to do it so much on this other hand, because my thumb isn't working in the same way as the picking hand. But I do have concerns that I want to be balanced on both limbs, right? So I definitely want to keep those rolling, okay? All right. Pretty simple. Let's continue with our plectrum engagement. So we're starting back up with, let's see who all is here first. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning. I ordered your journal yesterday. Oh, the write, play, repeat. That's a good one. You're going to love it. I keep one of those. I keep a few of those around all times. I have a couple filled. But I keep one in one of my go bags. Like I have a soft case for this guitar because it's sort of like I bring it with me in case of emergencies, you know what I mean? So it goes everywhere I go, and I just keep one of those write, play, repeats guitar journals in my go bag, my guitar go bag. You can find write, play, repeat in case you want a copy of your own. It's a musician's journal, a guitarist, guitar practitioner's journal. You can find it on Amazon, right? It's available on Amazon. You can order it anytime you like. And it's another great way to support. It's a mutual benefit situation where you support your own growth and the channel's growth, right? And so it's another great thing to do. We'll talk about that more later, but I wanted to just get into fingers 2 and 3 and 4. I wanted to get through who's here. Good morning, fellow string theorists and guitar practitioners. Sumanchi, good morning. Glad to have you here, and certainly appreciate hearing the words guitar practitioners back to back. Yeah, we're working to elevate the situation, are we not? Very cool. Hey all, good morning, Jill. So I knew I saw you there, Jill. And Mr. Husband is here. Dan, good morning, Dan. And I'm going to ascend fingers 1 and 2 and 3 in order to sort of truncate or make more cogent our approach to these finger warm-ups so we can fit more in less time. And that just makes you, if that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what will, you know. I guess a good, you know, soft baked yeast donut would probably cut it. That would probably do it. And a nice cup of something hot. But that's, you know, beyond that, I think, you know, getting through our warm-ups is pretty good. Let's go ahead and just jump to fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 because we have we want to spend a little bit more time formulating a composite synthesis of, you know, what do we know about the A chord? I'm going to use we're using only one chord, the lazy A, and the pentatonic, the A minor pentatonic in shape number 1, and possibly the blues scale, and possibly we'll use shape number 5 because Kevin's really pushing the limitations here. He's really going for it. And let's go ahead and do the 4th finger stretch on the ascent as on our ascension back to the place from whence we came. Good morning, crew. Good morning, Dan. Raoul, Mr. McQuinn is in the house. What a great sight for sore eyes. All right. So here's a little bit of a public service announcement. If you are using a humidifier, an ultrasonic humidifier to humidify your guitars, be sure to use only distilled water, right? I know it's a little more expensive, and it's a little more, don't be cheap like Uncle Jason. Use good quality distilled water, otherwise you'll end up like a lighthouse in the middle of a foggy night in your guitar humidor, right? So we're using the kickstand exercise. Here, and as you may or may not know, this is a reference to our good friend and live chat mate here, Jill Bourgeois, who's a guitar luthier. Her first guitar build was nicknamed after this exercise, which is really cool. You see how I'm ascending back to the place from whence we came, using this 1st finger stretch. And really I should be using the 1st and 4th finger stretch to really maximize my time and my stretching potential, because this shape right here, this stretch 1, 2, 3 and stretch 4 shape is a very common shape. Even though it's pretty painful, it's a common shape on the guitar. I'm going to go through another series of stretches just because it was a little torturous to get through that. I'm not totally mindful of my posture this morning, and I'm really feeling the pushback with my body. So I'm using this opportunity to recalibrate my body and my mind and find synchronicity with the guitar. So I'm going to use my breath to find and locate areas where I'm holding tension in my body, and I'm going to release those areas of tension. Again, it's my shins and calves, and I'm strong back, strong core, strong tummy, and a good solid diaphragm, so that we can project when we do sing. I'm not sure we're going to do a lot of singing this morning. We'll probably do some, and it's going to be a reflection of the minor pentatonic scale. We're going to focus on a blues application. We're going to do applied blues, so where theory meets where schoolroom meets practical application. And this is something that you're going to enjoy. I'm going to say you're going to, but you may enjoy for the remainder of your time as a guitar practitioner. So let's go ahead and work through these diagonals. We've got 3 more minutes, and we're spending 10 minutes on this exercise that's coming up. We're just changing it up a little bit, adding some new stuff, some new components to our morning ritual for guitar growth warm-up apparatus. So this is the diagonal pattern that I enjoy doing as my piece, a segment, a major segment of my own personal warm-up. Every day. This is the warm-up really is the beginning of my approach to the guitar. This actively gets my mind switched on. It gets my body in synchronicity with the guitar, with the metronome, with the metronomic life. And then it also just kind of prepares me for the practicing of songs and repertoire. What do we call it? In business, you would call it acquisition, right? So I'm just preparing my mind for, I'm approaching the bottom of Yellowstone or Yosemite, and I'm looking at El Capitan, and I'm not just going to run through the field and approach and just run right up the hill. I'm going to look for, if it's my first time there, I'm going to study everything, all of the literature I can. I'm going to identify where the roots are. I'm going to do some root finding. And then I'm going to find my way up and observe it from a distance. And then I'm going to start doing this in stages, right? So that's kind of where I am. This is part of my approach to the guitar. This morning ritual for guitar growth is a component of the success, any success that I've ever, although it might be just a very limited amount of success, on the guitar. It's all been due to my interest and excitement about warming up, as it is included as part of my guitar journey. So hopefully, I'm sure by the way some of us continue to show up, I'm sure some of us also feel the same way or a similar way. So be sure to like, share, subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that pick. For all of those plectrum players out there, let's just kind of hang out with the A string for a moment. We're still functioning at A. I don't know if you can see this or not, but we're clicking away this morning at 80 beats per minute. And I want my thumb to just take a moment, breathe in. I know this can seem a little tedious and a little basic for some of us, but if I'm doing it, there's a reason why I'm doing this. Excuse me. And that's probably because I suck. You know what I mean? It's probably because I'm just not good at guitar. But I feel like there's always room for improvement. Let's put it that way. Instead of identify like a negative factor, we're going to focus on the strengths, where we can always improve on our own situation. And I try to put out of the mind, like, geez, what am I doing playing the guitar? I suck and I'm horrible at this thing. I've been playing for 20 years, or I don't know how many years now, a long time now for me, and I feel like I'm not where I want to be, you know, and I just feel like a consummate failure. I want all of those things to be erased from my awareness. I don't even want to be aware of those thoughts, right? I know that they happen. I know that they happen for all of us. But I want to take this time, this warm-up time is also about strengthening our mental sort of resilience for the practice of the guitar, for the sake of and the benefit of our longitudinal success as guitar practitioners, right? So we have this A, and now what I'm going to do is I'm synchronized with the metronomic click. All right, Jesse, what's going on? Hello, Wisconsin Rapids, very cool. Thank you for, hey, I've got a piece of gear from, oh, wrong thing. Anyway, there's did you say Grand Rapids? Oh, yeah. So we've got, anyway, some furniture here from, so we've got this just really cool, just alternating thumb pattern. Remember how we were on that just kind of beat, you know? We can alternate back and forth between the root, the A, and the thumb. The thumb goes between the A and the open A string and fret 2 on the D string, right? So, boom, ticka ding, ding da da da, ding 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 ding. If you want to add a little bit more juice in the bottom, you want to put a little more gas in the carburetor, go ahead. I'm going to work on just kind of something basic, you know. I want the thumb to be not necessarily sweeping through the whole chord. Think about Chet, you know, think about Chet's style, the thumb pattern where he's kind of basically playing the thumb and then like the 2 middle strings, right? And there's no alternating bass yet, nothing like that. There's nothing like that yet. So we're just thinking, just A. It could be just the A string, you know, 1, and I'm thinking in intervals of 4. And what we're doing and why we're doing this is so that we can merge all of the things that we've been talking about for the last month with the pentatonic system. We probably introduced this a little more than a month ago, maybe more, I forget. I'll have to go back at the record and take a look. Come back to this, so I need to really nail this down, right? 2 different things going on here. I've got a bass note that I can just do and keep underneath the minor pentatonic. I just want to think about a note. That's all I want to think about, and that's just this. So we're thinking about playing the minor pentatonic, just the top 2 notes for now. And we don't have to be in a hurry. We're just playing the notes together. We're squeezing the thumb and the middle finger together. Be ba bum 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 ba dum bum 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 be da ba dum bum 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 dum be da. So we're together, right? There's no dum be da. There's no boom be da boom be boom be boom be. There's no offset. It's be ba together on the downbeat. There's no offset. So there's nothing. There's nothing happening. Everything's square and right on the downbeat. So, and I'm going to get my palm way back here so that I can palm mute that A string and provide a tonal and textural difference. Who else is here? Lex, Mr. G's in the house. Mr. McWennis in the house. Good morning, Chad. Good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Thanks for being there, man. Will you give the email to request the exercises, please? Oh, yes. Yes, if you would like the minor pentatonic exercise, the PDF binder, you can easily, anytime you would like, email me personally at grow@jasoncareyguitar.com. So that's GROW at jasoncareyguitar.com. GROW at jasoncareyguitar.com. So GROW at jasoncareyguitar.com. Right, something like that. So it's just that, basically just keeping that A string running, you know, just let it run. But we've got to keep it in the head, so I'm going to stop the A string and focus. We're going to stop the rhythmic pattern from playing, and it's going to feel a little weird at first, right? Because we're going to leave that steady pulse behind, but we want to keep feeling that steady pulse behind, so you can rest assured that if you're playing and it remains locked in, it will still feel like the pulse remains unbroken. Right? The trick though is to get back to the pulse on time. And that on timeness is where all of this becomes sort of like individual. It's you. It's all you, right? So here's a little visit. So I'm thinking just really simple, you know, minor pentatonic, just the call and response, you know, where the street vendor crying out, get your bread or get your newspaper over here, right? Just really simple. And I've got a palm mute going, and then we're all on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and we're keeping that bass note going if you want. But if you wanted to focus on just soloing your way through the pentatonic scale, you can do this. And then get back to the pulse on time. We don't stop and go. Make sure that we're feeling that pulse and we rejoin that pulse without an accident, without interruption. And then what we do is hey, we we've got a community builder here. We've got a community builder here. Lex, join right here on the live chat. That's remarkable, man. Mr. G, thank you very much for joining us. So we'll talk tomorrow a little bit more about how to play that, you know, how to move that bass note and follow and remain in compliance with the standard 12-bar blues form, right? I think that's about it for today. And thank you so much, Lex, Mr. G, for joining the family, the Fretboard family, where we learn to run some neck together. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. I really appreciate you being supporting like that. And you can see that there are it's funny because there's a live, we'll get it. We'll get more tomorrow. I've got to remain on time. I get so excited sometimes and I just tend to run over, and I don't want to do that because I want to remember that this is our sacred warm-up time. And if we start late and end late, or start early and end early, and we start adjusting these things, I mean, we make these little concessions day to day, but I want us to understand that once we schedule a time, we want to be there, and we want to be ready to be there. Readiness is switched on by the time we hit the first click, right? So that's a huge piece of what we're doing and why we stay on time. I'd love to keep jabbering and just thank you so much for being here, everybody. And I hope you got something out of that last part of this morning's ritual. So without further ado, I hope you all have a super day, and once again, thank you, Mr. G, for jumping on board as a community builder. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy exploring that with us. All right, let's go, and I guess we're out. So until Kevin, I'm looking for Kevin. Here we go, Kevin. Have a great day, everyone. Wonderful lesson today, Jason. Metronome, to metronome or not to metronome. Maybe we get one of those shirts going. All right, happy picking, everybody.